Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our 73rd weekly call. Happy Thursday. It is an exciting month. Well, just the beginning of it because it's UpTober. And, the first three letters of that little word there look very good to me. I really like them. Let's see what these guys think about it. Jesse, Chris.
Hey, good morning. It's UpTober.
I am psyched up for UpTober.
Me too. It's super. I mean, okay. Besides,
it's pretty much our month, you know.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Besides,
our entire social feed, Twitter, everyone's talking about UpTober. Everyone's talking about UPT. Everyone's posting, and I know it's all about us. So
obviously,
obviously
the sticker's in the name.
Obviously.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know how people knew before we even came along that we were going to need the month of UpTober.
That's right.
It's been waiting for us for all this time, so here we are with it.
Yes.
Yeah. UpTober it is.
UpTober it is. I keep calling it UpTober. I meant to say October just now, but I'm just going to call it UpTober from now on.
Yeah,
but October's been a very special month for us always. I mean, our first company, the three of us guys that we started together.
Yep.
We started October.
That's true.
A long time ago. That was an October one. But let's see. I definitely felt it festive this morning. Actually started yesterday. You know, it's officially fall. Well, I know it's been officially fall since late September, but it feels like fall. It's UpTober. I got my sweater on.
Nice.
I almost got a pumpkin spice latte, but I decided against it and went for my Crystal Light instead. Christopher, I see you're in the season as well.
I do have some festive orange color juice here.
If by season you mean the season of it suddenly turned cold and rainy, then yes, it's sweater weather.
It's wetter weather.
Oh
yeah.
Ridvan asking no shave UpTober as a team. We did that before. Isn't that November thing?
Isn't that November?
Yeah, I think it's a November thing.
I mean, I haven't shaved yet this month, so what the heck?
Yeah, neither have I. My underarms and my legs, they're just
neither have I.
Well, I think that there should be how guys have no shave November, where they don't shave their beards or their mustaches.
Yeah,
that's just for guys.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
I did no shave. They don't specify where.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, let's be honest. If anyone shaves their legs or their underarms every winter, it's always no shave winter because we're just, who cares anymore? But I was thinking for women, if you had something similar to Movember, is Ibuary. So you can't pluck your eyebrows all of February.
That'd be hilarious.
All right. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. It is officially UpTober. It's a very exciting month. And we are your hosts, Jesse, Christopher, and Jen with UpRock.
Hello.
This is our 73rd weekly call.
Hello,
and we have a new country of the week. We will talk more about that beautiful land in just a moment. So what we got on our Mr. Jesse with his little sound bits. Okay, so we're going to talk about UpTober. Yeah, we'll talk about UpTober a bit, which we've already done, but we'll continue. We'll talk about our country of the week, Gambia, and how that relates to UpRock.gm. We'll have update on a global merch campaign, our ambassador expansion, our contribute to earn, which has now been upgraded to contribute to boost, some product updates, some Q&A, and then we're out of here for the week. As a reminder, we like to do some Q&A at the end of the stream. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat.
Drop them right down below.
Yep. And if I miss it, we keep asking. We'll highlight it. We'll answer at the end unless it's related to what we're talking about at the moment. Yeah. If I miss it, just feel free to keep asking, and then I'll try to not miss it. If you have anything in Discord, you could also drop some in our Discord. It's questions for live room. But at this point, it's probably best to, I see some questions already coming in. It's probably best to just put them in the chat because I might miss them if they're new in the Discord. I'll get the ones. I already got the ones from earlier. So, cool. All right, guys, let's get into it. So first off, is it UpTober? Hell no, guys. It's UpTober.
It's UpTober.
There's a lot of really exciting stuff happening. I guess we kind of jumped the gun on this one because how do you not talk about UpTober first thing in the morning? But first thing up. But it's a very exciting month for everybody, but us in particular, because we just really like the first three
Honestly,
letters.
it is funny how like clockwork, everything actually is up in the crypto world right at October. I mean, it really is. Like, it just happened the day of. So makes me a little suspicious, but like it's gonna just go down because every time you get excited, crypto always tends to humble you real quickly.
Oh yeah.
But today was actually on the October 2nd, still pretty good. So I think we really are. I think it's gonna be a great month. Yeah.
I love how you're like on the second day in, things are looking great. Outlook is good. Like you just said, I don't want to get ahead. You basically said I don't want to get ahead of myself because it can humble you fast. But 24 hours in, we're good.
Yeah.
Projection for the rest of the month's great.
Yeah.
Well, here's
years in crypto. I've been like humbled many times. So I'm like optimistically, like nervously happy.
Well, you know how it goes for me, Jesse. I try not to look at charts unless I hear something from you because I get so obsessive about charts. I just sit there and like, number go up, why number not go up? I did the analysis. Number supposed to go up. Number, why you no go up? Why number? Bad number. Friends number. What about that beer I bought you, huh? This means nothing to you? Fine, number. Fine. I forgot about
you turn into like a Flintstone.
Yeah, if I just don't look at charts, and then periodically I'll hear like a squeak from Jesse, and like I'll be like, no, I don't want to get excited yet, and then I'll hear just like a giant scream from Jesse, and I'll go running in. I'm like, number go up, and Jesse's like, no, I dropped a gallon of milk on my foot, and I'm like, God damn it, sir, you can't yell like that if number not go up.
And by yell, I mean caps lock on Slack.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, you're supposed to have no emotion. It's supposed to be deadpan when things go up or down. Be super logical. But no, we're super excited. October's great. We actually also, it's only been a little over a year since our TGE. So last month was really good progress for finally having our SaaS side of the platform with the Prism uptime out, and we got the crawler API out just at the last day of the month with the API sent over to our first partner. They're testing it this week, and crawler is going to be October is going to be all about the crawler, and this is what our since day one we've been talking about our knowledge abstraction layer. So every week in October we're going to talk about the crawler and how we're going to revolutionize what it means to take the chaos of the web data and turn it into actual intelligence that you can use and in a world of AI agents. So this is what October is about, and I'm so super excited about it. Team is like really cooking, and it's great.
Really cooking.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that a little more, but I'm gonna leave it there for now.
Yeah, a lot of very exciting things, and we're curious who else is up and rocking with us.
Yeah, look at folks. October. Let's go. Hello, dearies.
Hey, Reka. Yeah, who else is up? Who's else is up and rocking with us? Send us a picture on X. Give us a little snap of your screen. Look at that from Primal Big Toes, great ambassador from Vietnam. But cool. And I love this perfect answer. The ticker for October is, isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious, guys?
That homie macaroni says October.
It's October. Yeah. So send us your photos. Let's see if you're up and rocking with us. Tag us on X, UpRock.com, UpRock.com on X. Yep. Tag us in your photos. Let's see if you're rocking with us. Who is rocking with us? I'd love to see it. All right. We have an update on we have our global merch campaign. We talked about this last week. This is also more than just the global merch. We'll go into that in a bit, but this is a snippet of what we've got going on just this month alone. And this is a lot having to do with the community outreach and with our Rocketeers, our Contribute to Boost folks. So we're doing a global merch campaign. We talked a little bit about that last week. We'll talk more about it in just a few slides. Yep. Our ambassador expansion. So currently we have a handful of ambassadors from a few different countries, and we're going to expand that. We're going to look for more ambassadors in other countries. We have UpRock.gm for daily boost, more surprises. For daily boost, and then we have some more surprises. But UpRock.gm is very fun. It's not. There's nothing there yet. We literally got it. We registered the domain on last week's live as we were just kind of shooting the shit about something, and we realized, like, oh, hey, why doesn't nobody have a .gm? That seems perfect. And then while we were talking,
and it made a lot of things work out. We're going to get back to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Tell me when I can talk more about that.
What's that?
Yeah. You tell me when I can talk more about that. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, keep going. Okay. Yes. Well, you can talk more about it in, right now, because the reason what kicked all of that off, UpRock.gm, turned out it's a domain that's registered by Gambia, or it's for Gambia. And we thought, well, we had already been thinking Gambia should be our next country. So it
was already on the list of places we've been listening to the community. We did some places in Africa, and then we hadn't for a fair few weeks. It's a big world out there, and there was nothing intentional. So we had a few places, and then when we realized .gm, we say GM to each other every morning. I think a lot of people in crypto do. For those of you who are new to crypto, who are watching this, my mom is watching tonight. Hi, Mom. People in the crypto space say GM to each other on social media so that they know you're awake, that you're up and rocking, and for UpTober. And we realized that .gm is the country code for Gambia. So it's the perfect place to be our country of the week. And we know how popular people love UpRock all throughout the African continent. So another great country for us to feature as our country of the week. Someplace, and for once, I think someplace that none of the three of us have been yet.
Never.
No, I've never been to. I've actually never been to Africa.
Yeah, Chris, I think you're the only one on both between all three of us that's been to many countries over there. Actually, we'd love to go, just haven't had a chance yet. Yeah, we need to do
an UpRock World Tour sometime.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like there's a Solana Foundation. There was a lot of local events. And our own Rocketeer Jane had, I think, went to a few Solana events, and there's a few like in all the different countries. In like Nigeria, there's a few, and this growing, and so. Even a global merch campaign, I think, would be awesome there because we wanted to do that for our community there. That's always growing, and yeah, I mean, we just see the numbers. The community there is just really strong. So I'd love to go, and we already have. And like I said, Solana is also doing big things there. So I think there's a very good chance that we can be a part of one of those conventions soon.
Yes, very excited. So Gambia, it is your week, and also I honestly think that Gambia is the most fitting country to start off UpTober with a nice hearty GM. So GM Gambia, and enjoy the double earnings. You have until October 6th to double your earnings. There's nothing you got to do. You just got to be in the wonderful land of Gambia, physically there, and have UpRock running in the background. Just do your passive income, and anything that you earn from contributing is doubled. And that's it. I like to say every week, if you have an iPhone, it's good to get, I would highly recommend that you use, turn on notifications. That way you will get notified if the app stops running in the background. And that does happen pretty frequently with iOS because that operating system tends to kill the apps in the background pretty frequently. So it's a good idea to keep the notifications on, so when it does die, you can just get a notification to just open the app. That's all you got to do, just manually open the app again. Also, if you haven't already, you can do the notifications on Android as well, but there's also widgets available on both. So install the widget, have it on your home screen. It's very nice to have. Great. Okay, Gambia.
And if you're on iOS, the widget will also help make sure that your earnings stay as active as possible.
Yes, because it's running. Yeah, there you go. So please do that, and or don't, whatever. I'm not your mama, but definitely get your double earnings this week, Gambia, and GM to you this beautiful UpTober. So speaking of the reason why I'm saying GM a lot is because, of course, we on last week's live we did it live because he did it while we were live. We registered UpRock.gm, but we already were planning on we're already working on our next promotion, and we were talking about it for weeks. We're going to be in Africa next for our country week, so it just worked out perfectly. So we don't have anything up there just yet, but you could go check it out soon. We have some plans, and if you have any ideas what we could do with UpRock.gm, I encourage you to head over to our Discord and join our Contribute to Boost group.
Yeah, I mean, we actually we got UpRock.gm, DPioneers.gm, Prism.gm, which is for the SaaS side, and also LFG.gm. GM is also, GM, good morning, but also it's for the country Gambia. We are going to do some fun promotions with these things. But yeah, we have, as I say, like, we have a fever, and the only cure is more domain names. But we have to do something fun and useful with them to keep them. Otherwise, it's just a sinkhole. And so we're really excited that, because this one's a fun one. .gm is a great domain name, fun and to own. But yeah, Chris, did you want to say something about that specifically? Or?
Well, I was just going to say it's super fun and exciting we did this. I love the fact that you're sticking to our deal, which is it's okay to buy domain names when we're drunk or live streaming or something like that. But if we don't do something with them by the end of the first year, then, if you love them, let them go. So we either do something with them or we let them go.
We do? Because I'm still paying for Wait, when did you guys decide that? Because
we just say that, Jen. We just say that.
We're just saying that so people don't think we're crazy.
Yeah.
I have too many domains, guys.
Never let you go, my precious. Never.
I have way too many domains.
We might have a few too many. But anyway, Jen, why don't you tell the nice people why we renamed Contribute to Earn to Contribute to Boost, to encourage them to come over and make suggestions about what we do to UpRock.gm. Drew, I like it. Get more. Good morning. Get more. We've been talking about some ideas for some daily offers to put on UpRock.gm for people who want to go do them. But Jen, what is Contribute to Boost, and why would somebody want to do that?
I know. Wait, hang on a second. I'm in the spot now. This is weird for me.
I mean, I'll answer if you want.
Well, let me get my slide ready here.
I thought it was the next slide. Here I was trying to queue you up for the next slide.
Well, okay. Here, we just have this quick.
It was the next slide. See,
it was not. I had to jump, but it's okay. It's fine. It's just text. But we have the Contribute to Boost program. So previously it was called Contribute to Earn. And what you would do is just join us on our development journey. The people who've helped us with this, a lot of our mods, our Rocketeers, a lot of just people in that program, there's different focus areas. But now we're expanding it. So it's not just earning, it's boosting. And this goes with Rocket Booster. So yes, you could earn some UPT by contributing, but you can also get multipliers. Badges, those badges can have multipliers, things like that. So it's more than just getting some UPT in your pocket. You're also getting a multiplier in your pocket. You get little magic, to just double that, triple that, stuff like that. So anyway, if you are interested in joining us in our journey of developing UpRock and growing this wonderful project, I highly encourage you to head over to our Discord and join the Contribute to Boost room. And there's different focus areas, and you can get some extra UPT in your pocket for that. A lot of you guys have great.
It's not just for technical contributions, although we welcome those too. It's also for all kinds of ideas, art, design, anything.
Yes, absolutely. And actually, first I want to just make a note. Before I show you some things that we're working on, Meanie and Klaus, you guys are going to receive some bonus UPT for some of the great work that you've helped us with as part of the program. We're rewarding these active users who are on Discord. And so nice. Meanie, Klaus, you get some UPT coming your way.
And let's take a look. Spaceman, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. I see you in the comments thinking about you, asking me if we had reloaded the wallet yet for October. Did it like 2 days ago. I was early this time, a couple hours before. So you're keeping me on my A game. If it ever starts to run late again, you let me know every time. I really appreciate it. But this time I thought about, Spaceman's going to mention something this week if I don't get it done. So
that's great.
We got it done on time this week.
Good.
Jen, you mentioned you have some screenshots maybe you can share with the Rocket Booster later? Or not. If not, it's okay. I was going to bring something up.
I didn't. I can, if you guys want to chat about it, I can, if you guys want to chat, I can start doing, I can prepare some export, but I don't have anything to share just yet. I mean, I could share my screen of my Figma board, but I don't want to put anyone through that. It's a mess.
No, I was saying live because we just started rolling out the Rocket Booster, the UI to actually show the boosting happening. And so people are trying to see that. That's a big deal because
I can do that.
Because the reason why we're talking about Contribute to Boost, because you are earning UPT, but one of the biggest requests of all time in the UpRock world is how do I increase my earn rate? And so this is something we've been working on for a few months. We finally launched it in September. And but just last week's release, you didn't actually see it impact the earn rate. So that front-facing UI actually went out, and people probably starting to get it this week. So you will see like very soon when you play a game, answer a survey, do a welcome survey, or refer your friends and family. When we're going to introduce badges. When you do contests, instead of just saying, hey, you win, and we'll send you UPT to your wallet, you're going to get a badge, and that badge is going to boost your earn rate. So we're doing a lot more fun stuff to actually show you the impact of your earnings. And some of these games, like I've been testing on like Domino Dreams, just a fun game, very popular game. So if you already have it installed, you should have been installing it through UpRock, because you actually are just earn way more and not just playing the game. But I tried it out, and it boosted my earnings for over 24 hours, and I just played. All I literally did was install it. I didn't even play the game yet. Just installing it boosted my earnings by doubled it for one day just for installing it. So it's really can be that simple and fun. And that's just one game. So when you play more, the rewards are crazy, and the surveys are up to. Here's another one. Like Jen has one she answered a survey. It's boosting it for 6 hours. Another one is 2 days. She played bingo. That's 5 hours. All these are double 2x. So you can see we wanted to really show you visually, hey, we mean it, like you're actually boosting your earn rate. So now she has 11.9x boost on her earn rate. So it's significant. And then plus, also you also get an instant bounty too. So it's always like an instant. Usually it's an instant reward that you do something, you get something, then also boost your earn rate. So pretty awesome, guys. And this is the biggest request people have. So the reaction has been really good. We're going to see over the next few weeks how it's impacting our conversion rates, if it's helping grow our community. Hopefully it helps. We can actually see the impact it has based on the support questions we get and the type of reviews we get. Because we're hoping also some of the other stuff we added, like progress bars. If you look at Jen's screen on the top, you'll see like there's a little button number there that tells you exactly what you need to stake and what you need to withdraw. We make that way more clear than ever before. So all those little things we're hoping that will be reflected in the reviews and the support we get, customer support tickets we get. And then it just helps our, bring more people to UpRock and more happy and make.
So Spaceman, you're doing very well. I'm impressed. There are some guardrails in there. There are some guardrails in there to make sure that the number can't go too high, but you're getting really close to it.
Nice.
Very good, man. Keep on. Maybe hypothesize what number I would have picked if I said there should be a number, and what it might have got, what it might be able to get to, and but you're pretty close to it.
And the more people do and share, like this is our first iteration of it, so keep in mind we're learning in the next few weeks, learning what works. We're learning which is it the boost that matters more? Is it the time period that matters more? So we're just any feedback you guys have. Leave it in the reviews, send us an email. Obviously, just share in Discord because we're reading all of that and we're going to constantly tweak it. So this is not final. Nothing's set in stone here. We're learning as we're just, we're growing or building it as we go. But want to make our decisions based on some data too. But this is kind of intuitively, we knew this is what people wanted, but we want to start tweaking it based on data. So
so we have a question. Are boosters available on iOS? Yes, they are.
In fact, this is an iOS. This is an iPhone.
I was about to say, I think Jen is showing off an iPhone right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, like I said, next is badges. Roz is working on that with the DeBrains crew and what badges should look like, the first set of them. Because we also need to really define that, because badges and achievements can go crazy. Like that can be a feature creep and take forever to launch. So we were like, let's figure out what's the first few badges, so that there should be one easy one that everyone gets, just so you can see how it works. And then a couple others that you have to earn them. So whether it's like they're a contest, community event, or daily opens or something like that. So a few things where you can do stuff in real life and stuff that you can do within the app itself. Then you can earn those badges, and that's kind of how we're thinking about it, where we'll start with them. But now you can actually see, hey, I entered this contest and I see the badge that I actually won to earn for winning that contest and how it actually impacted my earn rate. You can always go back and screenshot it, share it online, or you can see how much you impacted your earn rate. So all that's, we want to make it a lot more fun and engaging and more transparent how it works.
Yeah, lots of ways for you to join the Contribute to Boost program, come join some of the folks. You see them here in the chat, like Klaus, Spaceman. I just see them all here. Drew, they're all here. Go join them. There's plenty of people that you can see if you come here every week and you see the people in the chat and chat with them. Why don't you just make some, help build with them, help build with us. So join, contribute, turn, head over to discord.gg/UpRock and go look for the contribute to. Actually, it might just be called Contribute to Boost now. I believe it's Contribute to Boost. Look for that. And there's different focus areas. For example,
by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't seen the UI yet on either iOS and Android, it is just rolling out. So we don't always do 100% first day. We roll it out over a few days just to make sure it's good and not too many bugs. But if you haven't seen it, you will see it. I mean, like any day now. So yeah.
Yep.
But by the way, it still works in the background. You can go to your wallet.
That's right.
You can see in your wallet. You'll see the boosted earnings. We don't want you to have to go dive into your wallet transactions and history to see it actually working. We want to make it more fun. So you won't see it yet, but it works. Yeah.
Jesse, that's actually a really great point. I'm glad you brought that up. So anybody who goes, oh my God, who's constantly refreshing, trying to see if the Play Store will give you the newest version or whatever, you don't have to worry about it. The actual earnings rates are calculated on our backend, and that's rolled out for all accounts. So if the UI that Jen just showed off makes it really easy to see what your boost is, how long it's active for, and so on. But you will be earning those boosts already today.
And other thing cool, like we said, we didn't want you to be so stressed about which some of you have a few devices. Like I have 3. I have an iPad. I have 4. I have a couple of laptop devices, Android, iOS test device, and many of you have at least 2 at home. Many people do it, laptop and a phone. You will notice that rocket boosters are applied to your account, and so if you play the game or survey on Android, we will automatically calculate what the best earnings are based on your overall earn rate for all devices, so that you don't have to actually worry about, do I apply this to my Android phone? Should I apply this to my Mac? Should I apply this to my Windows laptop? We don't want you to have to stress about that and do the calculations and make that whole thing a nightmare. So it's just applies to your account. We auto calculate overall, how do we best impact your earn rate overall across devices. So to keep it really, really simple, all you have to do is worry about winning the survey, winning the contest, participating in community events, playing games, stuff like that, and it will work.
I will say, I do think that, so this is something where, like as we said, we're still we're still currently building it, so it will get better over time. This is the first version of it, or iterations. We'll continuously tweak this. I will say that I did find some confusion with myself with between my iPhone and my Android device, my 2 devices, because I had the same boost rate. It said the same boost rate on both, but then the earn rate was different. Obviously, because the one with the best performance is the one that's getting the better, has better earn rate, because it has the better boost or better whatever. But anyway, I think there's a better way for us to explain that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I'm aware of that. Yeah. I'm aware of that, and we'll improve that for sure.
Yeah, no, I wasn't telling you. I was telling it to the community because we were talking about this last night.
Yeah, exactly.
How can we improve that? Because it needs to be clear that we're applying the best, the most optimal whatever for you.
Yep.
So, anyway, so go check that out. It's on. You can get the updates on Windows and Apple. Windows. I'm sorry. I just saw Linux and I got a little confused. You can see the Rocket Booster updates on Android and iOS, the Google Play Store, the Solana Dapp Store as of last week, and the Apple App Store. I just saw a question. Do we have this for Linux? Not at the moment. We do have the earnings app for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, but they do not have Rocket Booster in them. So if you want to get the Rocket Boost, I would highly recommend. You have to put this on your phone for now. We don't have that yet on desktop apps.
But again, it's only on the UI side, because it's your for account. So if you open your Mac, Windows, Linux, Mac, the desktop app, and you go to your wallet history, you will see the boosted earnings there still. You just won't have the nice rocket booster UI on the desktop apps yet. We focus on mobile because that's 90% of our install base.
Yeah.
So, but it still applies. You can still earn on Linux. So if you have a Linux machine and you just go to uprock.com, you can install the Linux app there, get the binaries there, and start earning on your Linux. So
yeah. But I don't believe we have the like the deals or anything like that. We don't have like, you can't like there's no games.
Yeah, all the good stuff, all the action really is on mobile.
So that's what actually gives you like a lot of your boosts. Because as you can see here, let me get back to my screen. If you want to, do a daily boost, it's something like answer a survey or play a game or something like that, and that's on mobile. So if you, so while you are still enjoying the boost, no matter what device you're on, the way to get a lot of these boosts currently is through the mobile device. So you should download the apps.
Yeah, there are some surveys and games on desktop, but majority of the awesome deals are on the mobile.
Yeah,
you can still earn passively on Linux. We do want to encourage people to still, because the crawler API, majority of our business and revenue is definitely going to come from mobile. That is our superpower, and that is where no other company offers a really strong mobile network. But there are still going to be some people who want to be able to crawl from like dedicated desktop machines. So if you are installing on desktop, go ahead and do so, because you will start seeing more increased earnings on desktop as we roll out crawler API and declare my customers. Yeah.
And I want to, so there's actually some great questions about Boost and about Linux here. So Matt, he just asked about Linux. I'm going to get back to that question in a moment. Spaceman, I wanted to answer your question about lifetime mults. So that's obviously still a super big discussion point. Obviously, you're the one who likes to say you're worried about emissions. So am I. And a lifetime mult is something that I have a mathematical challenge with sometimes, but I know there's been a lot of discussion about that. But I do want to say this. The reason there is a max earning right now is not because we might never be able to raise that max earning, but because, let's say, I'm the sort of guy, I spent my 20s taking advantage of every airline frequent flyer program I could and stuff like that, stuff to tip it and trick it type stuff. And there were times when you could get like 100 times or 200 times or 500 times multiples on mileage earning if you stacked just the right deals the right way, because somebody hadn't thought through how different boosts or different earnings options and stuff like that would interact with one another and what that would actually mean in practice. And so I felt that I wanted to make sure, we've obviously tried to think this through really hard, but I won't pretend that there might be some super weird combination of things that one of us didn't think of that might allow someone to really earn a lot more in a way that's not sustainable and that's not fair to the rest of the community. So there is a maximum multiple in there designed specifically as sort of, I think it should actually not probably be hittable with a normal combination of boosts. But the whole reason it was put in there was to just be, just an extra backup, just in case one of us didn't think that math through quite right. And it turns out, or we introduce a new boost in the future without fully understanding maybe how it works with one of the old boosts or something like that. So just to make sure that there isn't some kind of a, that we don't accidentally enable something that's like 1,000 times boost or a 10,000 times boost or, anything that's like way too over the top that would really negatively affect the community. So by the way, just for anybody who's listening and not watching, the question was, if we introduce lifetime multipliers, is that going to impact the maximum multiplier you can earn? And the answer is, it probably won't directly impact it. That's in there primarily as just a guardrail for the whole community. And that's something that we'll obviously always be looking at. And if anybody runs into it, I'll actually sort of decidedly want to take a look at what particular combination of boosts they were able to put together to get it quite there, because that would be probably working a little bit, that would be stacking them in a way that wasn't quite designed, or quite a little bit different than I was expecting. So so the answer to this is, I really encourage people to exercise all their creativity, but I also just want to make sure that we don't accidentally give away a boost that's too big and that's unsustainable. And so that's why we're trying to put some guardrails in there.
There you go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to be built. So we are very excited to have this out. And you know what, as to tie this back to contribute to Boost, we love hearing your guys' feedback. Spaceman always has the great questions, great technical questions, angles for us to look at. Everybody has wonderful feedback on everything that we're releasing. I just realized my light just died. Everything that we're releasing. So it's good to hear from you. And, you know, might as well get paid for it and get your boost to apply to Rocket Booster. So join our Contribute to Boost program. Let me hide this again, and I'll bring back the, let me bring this back, tie it right back. Join our Contribute to Boost program. So it's Contribute to Boost rooms in Discord, discord.gg/UpRock. And there's a lot of stuff, like we said, that you can join us, focus areas you can join in. One being Rocket Booster, things like the badges, different ways to earn. And again, every time when you join this program, right now you're earning UPT, but we're also, as we're introducing boosters, you're going to get some boosters. So you'll get badges, and those badges might have a boost, or will have a boost to it, things like that. So come join us with that. Let us know how you want to get rewarded. And here's some examples of some things that the team has already been working on. The boosters, the D-brains, as we like to call them.
D-brains.
The D-brains. They've helped us with many things like staking, like a bunch of features in the app, wonderful campaigns. And the most current one is this global merch campaign we talked about last week. We want to see from you your favorite UpRock merch. How would you make UpRock merch for your area? And we're going to start it off with the first 10 countries that part of our Contribute to Earn program. Our Country Week program. So what have we got here? We've got India, Japan, Brazil, Nigeria. Is that Nigeria? Nigeria, yes. Turkey. Yep. And oh gosh, I am so bad at flags. What is this? What is the sixth one?
Oh man,
the sixth one.
Whenever it's 3 stripes, I'm always.
Is that UAE?
Yeah, I think Spain, Philippines, America, and then France, right?
I am such an asshole. I'm so far. UAE. Sorry for that. Yeah. UAE, right?
Yeah, yes, you can UAE. Perfect. UAE. Yep. Good job, Ross.
I'm not a total asshole. I knew it. I was like, UAE, I think. Okay. I know.
Typical Americans, we just see our own flag, and that's all we care about.
I see America, not America, not America. That's not America.
That's America. And then there's a not America again.
No, they're not America. I see a couple on there that got America colors, but the configuration's all wrong. I know what the stars and bars look like. Well, admittedly, one of them does have 2 bars and a star, but it's just not. That's not the right stars and bars. And also, some more of them have stars, and boy, I'm getting into trouble here.
Well, you know,
honestly, actually, if you start to do that, the Japanese flag is literally the only one that doesn't either have bars or a star on it. To be honest,
it really is. It's the most minimalist. It's like it's very Japanese. It's very like
just
minimal.
Just the sun in the garden.
Minimalism. Yes, you don't need too much. You just need just enough. I love that. A lesson in temperance. But anyway, we're starting off with the first 10 countries from our Country Week program. So these wonderful 10 countries, and we just want to see some designs. You could use AI. In fact, that's actually what we're encouraging. And come up with some designs for merch in those countries, for those referencing those countries. It could be hoodies, it could be mugs, it could be tees, it could be handbag, little like messenger bags, just something that can print on that. And we're gonna pick the winner. We're gonna pick winners, and we're gonna make some merch, guys. Let's make some merch happen.
Nice. I'm excited.
But I will also say, definitely, if you come up with an awesome design for something that's not like a t-shirt or a hat or a mug or something like that, we will totally consider it. But obviously, things like hoodies and t-shirts and mugs, there's just a lot more ways to get those made. So if you come up with an amazing design for something that's hard to make, we're definitely going to consider it. But it's also just going to be a lot harder and potentially more expensive and harder to do. So if you come up with an amazing design that could work on a couple things, maybe show us a shirt version as well as the more interesting version, because maybe the shirt is going to be easier to manufacture.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? Now that I realize this, we talked about like last week. We'll do multiple, like there's many different ways you can, put many different types of merch. But for this campaign, for phase 1, we're going to start off with just hoodies. I think that makes it a lot easier to judge. Everything's in a hoodie. So what you're going to do when this campaign kicks off is we're going to pick one winner from each country that turn their design into a real UpRock merch. That's hard to say. And then we'll distribute it. So we're starting off with India, Japan, Brazil, Nigeria, Turkey, UAE, Spain, Philippines, USA, and France. Do a hoodie. And when you share it with us, how you join is you share your design with your name from the country, and then share your sketch. So it could be AI, it could be by hand. Whatever it is, make it unique, make it you, make it fabulous. Make it an homage to the nation that you are designing for.
Yeah, sounds good.
Because we want to see these when we travel around the world. We want to see people rocking these hoodies. So far, I really like a couple. I really like this Japan one. That's really cool.
True. Yeah, I definitely want a black hoodie for sure. Yeah.
I want a black hoodie too. So yes, as Christopher mentioned, keep in mind there are some limitations when it comes to what can be printed. So
physically made in the real world.
Yeah, made in the real world. And often too the whatever, even if you just do solid design on with AI generated, it's not big enough to print. It's not enough resolution, it's not big enough to print. So it will have to be recreated. So highly recommend, and we can ask the artist who worked on the pioneers to help us with that. But to make everybody's lives easier, it would be prudent to stick to solids, a handful of colors, and limit the gradients.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So, guys, we want to see that. The deadline is the end of October. I believe this, I'm not sure if this is up on X yet, but keep your eyes peeled. It's x.com/UpRock.com. Keep your eyes peeled for the global merch campaign. And you got till the end of October to make a wonderful hoodie for one of these 10 countries. I think we should try it too. I mean, obviously, the three of us, none of us on the team are going to, well, I mean, actually, this is not like, even if I don't get I don't need UPT to enter. I just kind of want to enter this anyway, just so I can get my design out there. What would you guys put on your
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you're looking at me like I'm going to enter the design. My design is pretty much just the word UpRock on a shirt.
Just
UpRock shirt.
Boxers would be great. Just have the word going up on your boxers. Rocket, yeah.
Anyway. Work on your boxes. Okay, guys. So I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to come up with. Let's do some in black hoodies, white hoodies. Nobody wants to get their white hoodie dirty, so stick with black. It looks better. Everything looks better in dark mode, except of course for the UpRock rocket booster, as Reika and I were talking about earlier this week. Does not look good on dark mode, so I have to work on that. Anyway,
by the way, I'm just going to put this out there. Anybody who uses Comic Sans gets an extra point from me.
Oh my God, Christopher! No, don't listen to him. He doesn't know.
Or Papyrus, Comic Sans or Papyrus.
Red hoodie could be fine
for me.
Yeah.
This is why we don't let Christopher out too much.
Yeah.
This is why he's not involved at all in the design.
Shirts are long sleeve, like a nice long sleeve shirts that we're kind of working cool weather or summer is also good too, I think.
Yeah, and also Drew, these designs that we put on a hoodie can easily go onto a t-shirt. So I think we might just start with hoodies just for the presentation, so it's easier to choose. But I don't see that there's a problem with a t-shirt either. I don't know. We'll ask Sir Ross. Sir Ross, if you're in the chat, are we going to be able to do? Can they submit a t-shirt instead of a hoodie? It's the same diff. For those people. Anyway, Sir Ross will let us know. Okay. But yes, and a lot of these great designs too. Yeah, like you said, Gray or Daniels, you could probably put these in hats, especially if they're like longer ways. You could probably put in a hat, so it'd be good.
Cool.
I would like to see glasses. I really want to see the like hexagon shaped glasses.
Yeah.
And then like a bag. Like how they have the bag that everybody wears across their chest.
Sure.
That is just
not everybody wears bags, Jen.
No, you don't wear a bag. No, you don't. You just put stuff everything in your pocket.
I stuff my pockets full like a chipmunk carrying acorns home for the winter before I wear a bag. I don't do bags.
Yeah.
No bags. It's like Etna, no capes, no bags. No
Honestly,
bags.
backpacks are cool too. A little laptop bag, but
yes.
But those are Anyway.
Oh, you know what, guys? Christopher needs a new laptop cover because he has one that's made out of cloth, and he's probably had it for. Well, actually, you probably got a new laptop now, so you don't have it anymore.
No, well, the cover finally fell apart. It literally just split in two.
It was disgusting.
Dang it! Now I need to go see if I still have that and sew it back together. My wife will murder me if she ever sees that again.
Disgusting. Oh, but that would be cool. Actually, I didn't think about that. Phone covers, phone cases.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, actually, phone cases. There are so many sites that have custom phone cases now that the cost to do that is pretty decent.
Well, but I'll tell you the other reason phone cases are great. If the design is simple enough, I saw somebody make a comment about this up above, and I love it. If the design for a phone case is simple enough, we'll spend a little time and make it into a really great 3D model for 3D printing, and then you can just download it and 3D print yourself one if you want.
That's true.
Which would be really, really cool, because the thing about phone cases is there's so many different phones.
That's true.
But there's so many different phones. So which one do you get? Whatever. But there are these designs out there where it's like the 5,000 most common phones or whatever, and you can just download the DXF file for it or whatever, and then just put the logo on. So maybe we can do something like that.
This is a good point too, that we could actually just do a contest for Seeker covers specifically. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you
that
get
would be cool. Great idea, Gert.
You get a case, you get a badge with it that boosts your earnings, something like that.
See, this is why they're the D-brains.
Yes.
Why they're D-brains.
Yes.
Great idea, Gert. Anyway, guys, go join that. That is a wonderful campaign that has been birthed into life by D-brains in the Contribute to Boost program, and go share your designs, and also go join the rest of the D-brains in Discord, and cook up some more ideas.
Yeah,
let's germinate some ideas there, guys.
Chris,
really excited to see that. So again, you have to the end of October.
UpRock, is there any gun holsters that you're missing from your arsenal, Chris?
I just shove my gun in my underwear like a real man when I stroll down to the bodega to buy myself a pack of Newports and a 6-pack of beer.
Nice.
Gosh. Okay, here we go. Campaign starts tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
But no, I had genuinely not thought about the idea of like a 3D printable version of the logo or something like that. But if somebody wants to contribute something like that, totally separately from the shirts, I think that's something we would totally be into. A number of us on the team do some hobby 3D printing and stuff like that. And if somebody can come up with a great design, I'm not a great 3D designer. I'm not a great designer of any kind of visual things, but the 3D printing part I love. I know a couple other people on the team do as well. And what I love about that is that truly is like such a digital form of merch where anybody can just download it and print it, and then you don't have to worry about shipping or anything like that. And you can print it for the phone that you have. That's an amazing idea, and I'm gonna proactively say that if somebody comes up with something great like that, we'll reward that in addition to more traditional merch designs like shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, sounds good. I think Jen needs to fix her light. Probably died for a moment there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
her light's so bright that when it goes out, her entire video stops.
Yeah, honestly, every time I travel, the only UpRock shirt I have is just it feels just so boring and corporate. Like, I just work for Amazon or something. It's so boring. I'd rather have something that's a lot more fun. So really excited about this because I have one T-shirt that I just rock every single conference I go to, and I've been dying to have something much more fun. So hey, Jen. Okay.
Hello, I'm back.
So,
my thing did die here, and I was like, it's looking a little gloomy in there. Anyway, you know what I was just thinking would be cool. Okay, I admit, Reka, Reika went and said, nose warmer. Wait, hang on. Let me finish my thought before I get back to the other thing that Reika said. But Reika said earlier, she went on Edna and instead of no capes, she went no cases. But yeah, the little pop sockets, you know, or a MagSafe sort of charger thingy, something that's MagSafe. But anyway, a little pop socket, but again in the shape of hexagon. You know, we could do the UPT on there or UP on there. Anyway, Reika, yes, you did. You broke Jen. I'm easily frazzled, and if I'm more high strung, if I got any more high strung, I'd be a Timex. Okay, so Reika said UpRock gloves. It's getting cold here. Yes, or a nose warmer.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. You mean like
it's a nose warmer?
You mean like a glass of whiskey? That's how Jesse and I warm our noses.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
No, that's not a thing. You just made that up.
I've
that
never
is not
seen
a thing.
Warmer.
There's no a ski mask. That's your whole face. Yeah.
All right, we might be super duper in the weeds here. I'm looking at
Let's Jen. Let's just run through Matt real quick. Matt, maybe Roz, should we have you send the files to Roz because he's managing this one?
Yeah, just drop them. If this is the sort of thing you want to do, this is absolutely what Contribute to Boost is all about. Slide on in there, share them with peeps. I bet, just given our community, I bet that there are other people in there, and not just on the core UpRock team, but other people in the community who are interested in that. That's just the sort of little nerdy side project that this community loves. So just slide on into Discord, and I'm super excited to see more about that.
Cool.
And really excited to see what you folks got. Let's see. Let's move on, guys. Oh, you know what? We're at 54 minutes in, and before I go on to this, we did have a question earlier that was pertinent, and we might be a little too late about this. Who asked? Did we mention the things that we were supposed to mention?
What?
Our keywords.
Oh.
You mean Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, and K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah. All right. So keep count. Okay, 55 minutes in. Keep count of that view number. Let's see what happens in the next 10 minutes.
So the thing is, if K-pop Demon Hunters, if Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber were
joining the band,
and were joining a band, and they joined K-pop Demon Hunters, they would definitely wear their UpTober T-shirts in UpTober for their first concert.
Yes.
In Gambia.
100%.
That could definitely happen.
First concert would be GM Gambia.
GM Gambia. We're going up.
For anybody who has no idea why this took such a strange turn all of a sudden, and if the algorithm just brought you here, hello, welcome. This is our weekly live stream / public
and the keywords worked for you.
And the keywords worked for you. We had a joke one time. One of the biggest view numbers we ever had was on a week where we had accidentally started cracking jokes about Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber and K-pop Demon Hunters. And so ever since then, we try to just slide those three topics into every week's stream. Just a little good luck charm to boost our view numbers.
I feel it works. I mean, it's already jumping. You know what? I should tell anybody about this because anyone's listening, they're going to know the secret and then they're going to start doing it.
Yeah.
And you know, we could. I'm comfortable just being the weird people, the weird three people who just mention those three things every week.
Yeah.
Anyone knowing
it's our own mention to boost program. Yeah. Drop names to boost program that we figured out for ourselves.
Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, keep count of where we're at right now. Sydney Sweeney.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see what happens there.
Arr.
It's actually jumping. Actually, it really is.
Oh God, it really is.
I would say the numbers are.
It's not even a joke.
You say the numbers are bouncing after Sydney Sweeney?
They are bouncing. There's a good bounce rate on that because they're staying.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Defying gravity, you might say.
Yes, that's true. Oh gosh, we could go on forever with these.
All right, we really have to get back on track, though.
We have to get back on track. Although I could talk about Sydney Sweeney all day, every day. What a gorgeous lady. Okay, we have our other things that are cooking this month. our ambassador expansion. So we have 10 countries, one global crew by the end of 2025. That's the goal. Nice. We already have some ambassadors around the world, and you've seen them on our stream here. And they're different countries, and they're kind of our street team. They represent UpRock in those regions and help us localize in those regions, not just with, strings, text in the apps, but as we localize the applications, but also like, how do we fit in culturally? How do we?
Yeah, and real life events too. A lot of our ambassadors actually rock UpRock events, at real life events, which is awesome. Yeah,
they do a wonderful job. They do events, they do challenges, they help just share the great news about UpRock in their areas. So it's a wonderful, wonderful program, and we're very thankful for all of our ambassadors. And we want to add some more. So we want to have 10 countries by the end of the year. And if you are interested, please let us know. And I know there's quite a few who are interested. So I already know some names, but see you on Slack. We'll see you on X, and we'll see you on Discord. But we are definitely looking for some new ambassadors to join an already wonderful roster.
Yep. Awesome. And
if you want to know go check out some of our past streams, because we've had a few of them. We've had all of them on. Let's see. We've had Chandan, we've had Will, we've had Luke 7. We've
Primal.
And you can also see we repost those guys. We repost those guys, and some of them come up with some really awesome content and some videos. And so we do also our best to promote their own handles so they can grow their audience too. So I think it's kind of a win-win. But yeah, check them out. And also the real life events, when they onboard people at their real life events, those are some of the great new members to the UpRock community, because they're super excited. They have a lot of conviction. They can see the app working. They got to meet someone in real life that's actually part of the community. They show up at the live stream. It's great. So
it's wonderful. Yes. And like they all have their own great stuff going on too. So for example, Will in France, he's got a awesome he's got an awesome channel, Step Into Crypto, on YouTube and on TikTok. I mean, I don't understand it because it's in French, but it looks great. He's got great stuff there. Chandan's got a great media work too. Primal, all of them. Really cool stuff. So if you're building and you're making things and creating, and you also want to help grow UpRock in your area, please join us. We would love to have you. And we're good fun. We're good fun, and we'll have you on the stream. We want to talk more about you. So that's our goal. End of 2025. Please join. Yep. Please let your interest be known.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, guys. Let's get into some product updates, which we've done a lot of the updates already on.
We kind of did, but I'll just give a quick update for the community. So Crawler API is out. We have given it to some people, including some external customers for testing. We said we were hoping by this week that we would have it self-service sign up for early access. That's not quite out yet, but if you have a use case for it and you're ready to go, send us a message. We can give you API keys today, tomorrow, etc. And the self-service API manager for that will be coming up soon. We've already seen some crawls going out. I'm happy to announce we also just finally got our working the way exactly we wanted it for doing what we're calling full page crawls, which is where it can actually do client-side rendering and then complete the crawl. So for those of you who are super deep into this, you know that some websites don't really fully finish looking like themselves until after they've not only downloaded some of their resources, but actually executed JavaScript and stuff like that. Has to happen in a browser context, to the browser-like context. And we have that working. I'm super thrilled by that. We've got this deployed to our global network. Devices are checking in with it. Anyone who has version 276 or greater is contributing to the public crawl network. So that's really the big update. And of course, we have a lot more we're working on this. This is just, this is the first release of many. We're going to be talking more about where we're going with the crawler after this and how we're differentiating ourselves from others in the market after that. Also, I guess I'm stealing your thunder a little bit, Jesse, but there's been some great updates to uptime. Everybody who's been testing uptime and setting up sites, thank you very much. There was one particular way of setting up a set of monitors, and I think I don't remember exactly who it was, but noticed that those particular status pages were loading very slowly and all the other ones were loading quickly. That led us down a deep rabbit hole. We found a great performance optimization for some data loading. So that is rolling out within the next 48 hours. If you are one of the tiny handful of status pages that is the actual status page is loading slowly, we figured that out. Yep. Mad props to Ridvan on figuring out the exact data loading problem there, and they're going to be much faster now. So, and this is why we love the community. This is why we love you guys, and thank you for everyone who's tested, because you know, there's any product, no matter how hard we work on it, there's always some bugs shortly thereafter, and there is no substitute for having people just use it. So thank you very much. We found those. And then as Jesse mentioned, I think a couple of weeks ago, we also are going to be working on a few UI enhancements for Uptime to make it easier. So right now, Uptime is very much focused if you want to test your site all over the world, which is a huge use case. But also, we're going to make it really easy if your site is very hyper local. If you're a local business, or you're in a very narrow local region, we're going to be making it easy to essentially pick and say, hey, I'm willing to pay for Uptime, but I actually don't want devices. I don't really care if people in another continent can access it. I really only care if people in this state or this country or this region are having a great experience. So we're going to make it really easy for you to set up a monitor that just answers that question.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, I'd say that's perfect. Yeah, we're gonna always lean in on the real device network, because this is what is our differentiator, our mode for Uptime monitoring. And so literally the past few months, in September was just going from 0 to live. That's what the Prism Uptime product was. We need to get live. Now that we're live, kind of broadly speaking, for October, here's what our plans are, and here's how the community can help too. So a big part of any SaaS product, or anything where, actually any product really, is third-party validation. So how do you get reviewers, testers, early adopters to come in, try the product, leave reviews, and all those reviews are trust signals. And so we need to make those trust signals more visible. And so there's many SaaS platforms like G2.com where people go to actually see reviews of products before they make a purchase decision. We want to actually create a marketing campaign to reward people with UPT for leaving great reviews. All those are trust signals that help build third-party validation, build traffic, and actually higher conversion rates for us. Second thing is like turn outreach into traction. And so what's that mean is like we want to start partnerships. We have a lot of people in the crypto industry that are excited to promote us. All of our 30+ early backers all have websites. They're going to have their own custom domain for their sites. You're going to start seeing people promote their own custom status pages. So we want to turn all that outreach into traction in October. Third is really turn on the content marketing machine. And so that's like case studies, blogs, guides, how we compare it to
video content.
Like we have barely even done ourselves, like us as founders have even just gone through the features and doing, and showing how it works. So all that stuff we're going to do in October, and then also bring in the super team, have a contest with you guys, throw in badges for folks who create really good tutorials, and all those things we want to promote, put on the blog, build traffic. Again, like grow the trust signals for people saying, yeah, while a lot of people are talking about this really works, and here's some customer testimonials. And beyond that, as Chris said, we're just going to iterate fast and always lean in on the real device features. And so that is really, like I said, our best technology here, which is powered by the UpRock community. So there's that for Prism.
Yep. So anyway,
and then big update high level too, Chris. When Chris said like we're going to show you more, a big part of that, we're going to bring it up a few times, and I think it's just so new, really. It's only become the industry standard in the last year, is MCP, Model Context Protocol. And it's really kind of a go-to market strategy for anyone who's building anything with AI and for the AI internet, right? And we barely talk about it. We kind of we bring it up a little bit here and there, but October is going to be about really talking about how we're taking crawler to the next level in this AI internet world. And that's going to be a big part of MCP. So our mission last month was just launch the API, the low-level core foundation of all our knowledge abstraction layer. October,
because everything is built on that.
Yeah, and October is all about the MCP, making this actually work with AI agents, models, LLMs. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Jen, you're on mute.
Yes, sorry, I was busy typing away because I'm prepping some stuff up. But yeah, it's a busy month. Every month is busy. I feel like we say that every month. Okay, so then let's see what we got here. I think I saw some questions coming in. We'll get to them in the end. We went over rocket booster so earlier. If you missed it, go back about 30 minutes. So this is outdated pictures, but I showed a live demo of rocket booster on iOS. So there's some things that we need to fix, but most of it is out there. What we're going to be working on is how to better display, because like I said earlier, I have two devices. They both have logged into the same account. So obviously I see the same boost rate, but then the earn rate's different on each one. I mean, there's obviously why, because it's two different devices. One's on Wi-Fi, one's on data. So there'd be reasons why. One's an Android, one's an iPhone. But anyway, we'll work on how to communicate that better, because even I had questions. So it listed some questions from me, and I helped make it. So, but we do have a update to give you guys about. Let's see, what do we want to talk about here? You just want to talk about Rocket Booster, what we talked about last week? Spaceman had some questions
about the stop earning button.
Discussion about a stop earning button. How are we going to do that?
I think Jen, I think you have a slide to share with regards to that.
I do. I'm actually preparing this now. If I can find it. I don't know where it went.
Hold on. All right. Okay. Well, we'll come back.
So
we'll come back.
Christopher made a comment that last week
Last week I promised that Jesse and I would go to Iceland and we would get in a drunk fight because there was a lot of back and forth. You could tell last week in the comments. So here's the thing. We're both obviously super busy, but we both made the time in our schedule to fly to Iceland. And boy, let me tell you what a mistake that was. I don't know if you guys know, but it's getting pretty cold in Iceland. So Jesse and I flew backwards in time to Jesse. This picture, the actual picture that this started off with us was from about 2011 or so. So we flew backwards in time a decade and a half to Iceland, and I got a beer, Jesse got a whiskey, and we started talking about it. And then what we realized is that we're really both right. It's time for another drink. So we had another drink. And then we kept talking about it, and then another drink. And in the end, here's where we are on stop earning. Because Spaceman, I told you we would have some kind of an answer this week.
By the way, I was drunk first because I was drinking whiskey. So this is
I was slow rolling my beer. That's how I get my way. But also, it's weird because I just realized right now that I'm actually inadvertently wearing a sweater that actually kind of looks like the one in this AI generated image. But anyway,
and you guys are twinsies too in that photo.
We really look like twinsies in that photo.
You guys have the same outfit on.
Well, but true to real life, I'm wearing a hat because I have no hair, and Jesse is not wearing a hat because he has fabulous hair. But here's where we're at. I do really agree with Jesse that this should not be something that users have to do except in the rarest and most unusual of circumstances. And that we shouldn't have we really did talk about this a little. We shouldn't have the stop earning button right there on the homepage, because that was something. By having it there, we were just seeing that it was really encouraging users to hit it all the time because they thought there was really a need to the extent that there may be some problems where if you connect a device very briefly just to use it to check your stats or something like that, and it affects your earnings for a long time, that's something that we definitely need to fix in the earnings calculation. You shouldn't have to be doing that. At the same time, I think Jesse understands my point of view, which is essentially at some level, there needs to be a way to have some kind of control over that. So we are not going to bring back the stop earning button exactly the way it was before, but working with our wonderful UI designer, Jen, and Reka and Onard, we are going to work towards, because I very much hear from Spaceman, from a couple other people, the solution of, hey, I have a device that I just want to use to check stats and I do not want to do anything else for, or that I only want to use to do active manual tasks. I don't want it, whatever. We're going to figure out a way to, we do hear you guys. We are listening to you guys. So it's not like we just reverted back to having the button on the homepage in this week's release, probably not next week's, but in the near future, there is going to be a solution to this that incorporates everything we're hearing from the community, as well as what we know about making sure that the app is great and easy and effective to use.
Yeah, I think that was a big disconnect because we had two use cases here that we were combining that were kind of separate. One was some people might, like Chris said, some people might just want to turn off because maybe they're concerned about their data or bandwidth. That's just one. That's a totally valid, specific use case. The other one was people were worried. It was more about like, I want to increase my earnings, and I have 2 or 3 devices at home, and I'm afraid my iPhone is actually destroying my earn rate. Should I keep the Android on and the iPhone running, or the iPhone running and the Android on? You know what? I feel like the Android earns more, so I'm just going to keep the iPhone off. It worked. Maybe I kind of boosted it. It worked. Like that. The fact that you have to think that and decide when to turn one off, it was like, we shouldn't actually. It shouldn't make it that complicated. So we need to figure out, like, if having 2 devices actually does hurt your earn rate, and our backend calculation proves that, then we should just be upfront and say, hey, you really should just have UpRock running only on 1 device at home. If that's a recommendation, we should stick to it and make sure that's real. If it's not, and actually it's okay to have multiple devices at home, then which I want to lean toward is like,
Me too.
If you're on the same IP address and you're logged into the same email, we know it's you on 3 different devices, but it's the same email. It's not like a bot farm with 50 different emails in one IP address. It's your account. We know it's just your 3 devices. Then we should just make sure you don't have to think about pressing a stop earn rate. All 3 is just going to earn. We know you're home. It's on the same IP. When you leave and one device hits a data network, then you might get more tasks because some people might pay for, this is just market conditions. Some people might pay for unique IPs only. So then you might get more tasks, but if they're on the same IP, you shouldn't have to worry about turning one or off. So that's but you can see how that's a totally different use case. And so we want to make sure if we implement that, then it makes things more convenient, not more anxious, anxiety building.
Exactly.
And the separate thing is, if you just want to stop earning because you don't want to hurt your bandwidth and you want to save data, then we should just have that button. But we should also make it clear, like, hey, just because you press this button, it's not like some magic earn rate multiplier.
No, you're right. Exactly. Yeah. That's like you're on a cruise ship where data is billed like per megabyte or something, and you just don't want it to use any background data for a while because you're in a place where you just really don't want it to use background data, which is something I understand. So So we want to make sure to address those use cases properly. So the conclusion was Iceland is cold, beer and whiskey are good, and we are going to listen to the community, and we're going to try to make sure that it's done in a way that when you really need to do it, it's available, but most of the time you shouldn't have to mess with it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. I think that's all we have for updates. I think let's get into some questions, shall we?
Is it Q&A time?
It's Q&A time.
Let's do it.
Okay, well, just because we just talked about how to boost UpRock. You asked that a lot earlier in the stream, about 9 minutes in. I'm sure your question has been thoroughly answered by now. If not, how do you boost UpRock? Well, you just go over to the Rocket Booster section in the UpRock app, and you'll see different ways you can do it. Some things like answering survey or playing a game. And that will boost your earn rate for a period of time. And you can do that as much as you want. There's a lot of, you can keep playing games. Just make sure you just do a new game and you can, increase your earn rate. That is the best way to do it currently. That's just head over there, start boosting.
Also, use referrals. Do we have a referral program that's really working great?
Well, but the easiest way is really the fastest is just doing these active tasks.
Games
so
and surveys.
Yeah,
you're already doing on your phone. Most likely, you have some of these games installed already. Most people do because they're very popular. But we have deals with a lot of these game providers. So if you get the game through UpRock, not only are you playing the same game you're already playing, but you're getting rewarded for it. And the rewards are in crypto. So crypto is they're in points. You can convert them to crypto. Let me be clear about that. Because you can convert them to crypto, they're a lot more liquid. Like when you earn points in another game, you can't convert them to crypto. So they're stuck in that. The rewards are stuck in that game. You spend them in the game. In the world of Web3, you can those points can be a little more liquid, and so just more flexibility. So you definitely want to earn them through UpRock, and also and here's another double whammy if you're new to this. Every time you play a game or do a survey, refer friends, any of those actions from our partners, we also make revenue from that. And what we do is we apply that revenue directly back to the token. Like everything goes back to the token always. It's central to the entire ecosystem, and so it's a double win-win. So if as you're earning tokens, you're playing a game. Not only are you getting those rewards, but the entire community, all the rewards are going back to UPT so that your wallet of UPT grows in value over time. So that's what's powerful about it. Yeah. So like Jen said, just check it out. There's now a Rocket Booster with the whole list. This is exactly why we have Rocket Booster program, so that these questions don't have to, it just should be way more clear in the app itself, and now it finally is. So you can go in there, you can see exactly how to boost your earnings. Yeah.
Great. This is related as well, more on Rocket Booster. Spaceman, oops, wrong one. Why doesn't that show up? Spaceman asks, it's still showing the 10x multi I earned on one IP on a different IP. Are there why did that one just get highlighted? What's going on here?
Oh, no, just nothing. Good.
Are there multiple multipliers still IP based or account based, and the multi just goes to the weaker connection IP?
The multipliers are account based.
Yeah.
And the multi shouldn't go to the weaker connection IP. It should be distributed. This may be, if you can explain a little bit more exactly the use case. Was it both clients on the same operating system, or was it like an iOS and an Android? Because potentially, I mean, I think it may not have been displaying. Anyway, if you can reach out with about when this was happening, somebody will take a quick look at your account and see. But the general idea is it is specifically designed to be account-based and not IP-based. Because if it was IP-based, for instance, and you did some kind of a booster, and then say you're on a mobile network, your IP could change at any time, or you could leave Wi-Fi or something like that, then that wouldn't be very convenient. So it's absolutely account-based.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Next question we've got also from Spaceman. Spaceman always has the best questions. This is also on Discord. Okay, yeah, we've got this. Okay, this is going to be the bane of our existence, the device verification. So can we do something about the false alarm nopes where it shows this and then the user has to refresh the app a few times to fix it? So I don't know where our update is with device verification false flags.
Okay, we talked about this a lot. We just finally need to actually, now that I still want to do Rocket Booster more, because this is such a small use case compared to the overwhelming number of questions we get around earning itself. Like this is annoying, the persistent problem, but it's like 99% of our tickets are around earn rate and other questions. I think how we should do this thing is, if we do give you a false flag, or if you're actually a real device, and that can happen possibly, we should either require you to accept a new permission, like each iPhone and Android both have like a fitness tracker app permission. Like all the fitness apps have a permission where you can walk to earn, or like they track your steps. That's actually a clear way we can tell you're human and it's a real device, because if it's a real human, then the steps are not perfect. It's not like the same amount of steps every day or just a random number. You can actually see there's steps happening. I feel like that's one way to do it. The second way is enter your phone number and we send you an SMS. And that's how majority of social media today handles bots too, is they require you to actually enter a phone number. So those are my two thoughts of how to handle this. That if you really want to verify that, no, this is wrong, I'm actually real, this is a real device, then there's two extra steps you can do to kind of plead your case. Yeah, permission, the fitness tracker permission or phone number. So I don't know what you guys think about that. We just need to actually sit down and talk it through and decide we're going to make it a priority this month. So
yeah, I personally hate the phone number one. I hate it. I hate the phone number one. I actually, when I get an app and it's asking for my phone number, I usually don't like to use it. I'm like, no.
Well, and that's obviously why that's not something. That's obviously why that's not something we've built in as part of any part of our regular flow. I 100% agree with you. This isn't something we want to do as a regular thing. But I agree with Jesse. As a way of maybe in these. I do hope and think that this is a pretty rare problem, although we should still, just because it's pretty rare doesn't mean it isn't annoying when it happens. But, it potentially is a way that when this happens, to give people a quick and easy self-service way to be like, I see your nope and I Uno reverse you because I nope, it's a real device. Try to offer a couple ways of doing that in a really quick and easy manner that somebody can just do in a minute or two.
Let me actually, I can go into let me just real quick check what the last month tickets around this issue was, and then you can kind of get an idea versus all the other number of tickets we get. That's why we tend not to do it too much.
While Jesse is pulling that up, while Jesse's digging into those numbers for a moment, I want to expand a little bit on a question that kind of got answered in the chat, but I think it was Matt earlier asked a question about Linux. So first of all, anybody who's using the desktop app, new desktop updates are coming soon. Linux integration specifically. So Linux desktop is great, and I sometimes use Linux desktop as well. As we know, however, Linux is also, the primary server operating system, and a lot of people are going to be using Linux on servers, and potentially just trying to spin up a bunch of Docker containers, which doesn't particularly help the network very much. And of course, one can easily go to Scaleway or Hetzner and buy, or 100 other providers, and buy a zillion Linux IPs, especially an IPv6, for a very small amount. And that isn't really what people are looking for crawl. That having been said, we probably pretty soon will be bringing back some heavy tasks specifically for desktop, specifically for certain kinds of web page rendering, where we will actually need to do some work in order to fully put the page together into a way that's useful for certain data tasks. And that's the sort of thing that I would love, that would dovetail very well with Linux, and that I would love to release a client for. And so if you're a Linux desktop user, then hey, do that. And if you're a Linux server user and you want to contribute to that, then go ahead and run the UpRock client in that case as well. And so I think the idea behind that is that those clients wouldn't get the same passive earning tasks as mobile devices, because there just isn't really a significantly valuable demand for crawling from Linux servers. There's already lots of places you can do crawling from Linux servers. Spaceman he's asking as I say this, that's not inflationary. No, in a nutshell, no. To the extent this gets rolled out, it will get rolled out when we have a real demand for these kinds of tasks, for rendering some of these single page apps where the only way of doing it is essentially setting up a very large memory structure and actually executing the JavaScript in order to get through it, in order to fully render out the page. That's something that's not really practical to do on mobile because of resource constraints on mobile and because of how long we have to keep the device awake. So we actually currently are doing that by running that on some of our own servers. And so if we can separate that out into a nice little module, hopefully just a little command line tool that you can set up as a daemon or run into foreground, however you like to run it, then that would be something where we wouldn't be issuing those devices wouldn't be getting the same tasks as the mobile devices. So it's just a completely separate set of tasks, but that would be driven very, very much by actual demand for rendering out complex websites that require JavaScript and some other crawl-related tasks, for instance, actually executing in reader mode engine. So just taking out of Chromium Core the reader mode engine that actually is used for converting a full web page into a more textual-based version of it. And that's something that we can ship as a small library that's only a few megabytes of compiled code as well. And actually much easier to ship on Linux than on any other platform. Then that's just actually just a brand new type of task, a type of task that's extremely hard to effectively execute on mobile devices. And so we'll probably make that available as an option. Now, that's not coming very, very soon, but I just wanted to mention what I'm thinking about in terms of when and how that would come. But essentially right now, the demand out there from the market is for mobile and is for real end user IPs. And yes, I totally recognize that there are some real end user IPs running Linux. I'm one of them sometimes, but statistically, most of the people who are running it like that are going to be running it on more data center type hardware, and that just doesn't help the network that much. But to the extent we start getting some tasks where that makes sense, then we're going to make that an option.
Cool.
Matt, I mean, we would have an authentication mechanism using our normal, JWT, our normal OAuth type flow, and something like that. Or maybe that is the other option for a Linux client, is that we actually, the way you start your Linux client is you log into our API key manager. We're working on the API key manager right now, because today, if you want an API key for our crawler, you have to message us. Obviously, that's something that needs to be self-service. So maybe we'll just make that an API key. I don't know. Totally open to feedback on how people would like to execute that. But yeah, specifically, this would be totally different tasks than are running on mobile. And that sort of the next phase of tasks, which is, okay, you've loaded the web page, but now in order to fully render it, we have to actually execute this JavaScript. Or, okay, you've loaded the web page, but what the end user really wants is just some text extracted from it, and more than we can do on mobile. So that's where we would look at bringing a Linux client in.
Cool.
Great.
All right.
Let me get back to UpRock, and then we can move on to see we have some Prism questions.
Oh, let me go back to the nope thing, device verification appeal form.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you trying something?
Yeah. So I just want to put it in perspective. The reason why we tend to like, of all the things on our plate, depart, because like I said, okay. So I just pull up the numbers I just did right now. So in the month of September, we had 233 people submit the appeal form. Put that in perspective, we get about 20,000 plus installs per week. So it's 80,000 people installs per week that we're trying to optimize for versus 233. This is why we're like, the overwhelming number of questions is always like earn rate. We got to worry about admissions, but customer support around tens of thousands, and then this small issue of the appeal. Now I know I'm not looking. I look at the appeal form, and there are some ones that look pretty legit. It's hard to know because some of the bots and people who are trying to scam the community are pretty sophisticated too. And so they do lie, and they're really good at it. I mean, in the crypto space, they're really good scammers, really good bot farmers. They know exactly. They've been doing it for years, and they do it to every single project out there. And so, so this is why we tend to deprioritize it. It's not like we don't care, but it's just when you have a small team and you have 20,000 installs a week, do we focus on the ones that have verification work? Let's make the ones that are happy where it just worked. That's how it is. However, we don't want this to be a festering thing forever, because it is annoying. And if there's a couple other things that are good signals. If you sent the appeal form, you send us a Zendesk, and you also are in the Discord, chances are we probably got it wrong. So I think in that case, we should just have a better way of escalating it, and then hit a button where our team can actually say, no, your device is approved. So I think probably that's the first step we can do, is like, might be very manual at first, but if the Rocketeers or the community says, no, this guy is legit, let's just try it, and then we'll
maybe making it more like a community note where the Rocketeers can just go ahead and approve the community note, so to speak. And,
that's a good way to put it. Good way to put it. Yeah, exactly. And then we'll see it, and then we'll just monitor it as they're become a bad actor. We'll catch it hopefully, but it will be more of a community note based type thing. So I think that'd be a good compromise to go there before we decide to do like SMS verification or an extra walking like fitness tracker walker permission.
Yeah. Spaceman Rocket is exactly where it would go. Is in the Rocket beta.
Okay, cool.
Okay, great. So we've got some questions, a couple more on UpRock, and then we'll move on. First off, will there be a Ukraine week? You are 2 weeks too late. No, wait, no, that was Romania. Wait, no, that was Ukraine.
That was Romania.
That was Romania. Never mind. Sorry, you are not too late.
almost certainly there will. I don't even know what's coming next week yet. So, but yeah, I'm sure there will at some point.
Yeah.
God, I'm just showing my American today. I didn't know what the UA flag was. I forgot it. I confused Romania and Ukraine. I know they're different, guys. It's morning.
GM.
GM. Okay, there has not yet been
Coffee.gm.
Ukraine week. And that, are you sure we have not had Ukraine week? I thought we did.
Pretty sure
we didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't recall it. No, I can't remember every single one off the top of my head.
I know we've done so many. We've done so many. Okay.
Yeah, we will.
We did. We just did Romania. That's what it was. So,
yep.
We just did Romania. Yeah. So Ukraine.
So Roz and the community will decide.
So Roz and the brains will figure it out. Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have asking here. Amos wants to know about adding local payment gateways like MTN and Airtel in Zambia for easier deposits and withdrawals. As Jesse just mentioned, just highlighted, we have there's just a lot on our plate. So while that could
here
something we should consider, but I don't know when I can say we would do something.
Yeah, I think specifically our selling point. Well, here's our selling. If you want to buy UPT, there's the exchanges in Jupiter and things like that you can pay for, and all those places they have credit card payments and full payment for. So we're going to lean toward
many of them probably already also have mobile payments.
Yeah, we're going to lean toward them doing that part of it, and so we should make the app. We don't actually link out to those sites very easily, so we should do that for sure because you can buy it on Bird Eye, Jupiter, etc. But really, our selling point for our app is that you can earn by doing actions and passively, and so that's the number one reason why people find our apps. It's a reward program. It's a passive income program, and so we come up with more ways to earn rewards by doing actions or just keeping the style open or referring your friends. And then when you have those rewards, to redeem them for something useful or to get or make it convenient to withdraw them to or something. So kind of a higher on our plate is like we want the Rocket Booster to be very clear on how to boost your earnings, get more rewards. It makes it very clear that here's the actions you can take. And then as those rewards are starting to go up, we see that engagement lift. Then the second step is like, instead of just withdrawing, can we as a group buy great deals to do more, get more bang for your crypto buck? By not just cashing out UPT, but actually spending on something. So like, for example,
like airtime minutes.
Yeah, airtime minutes. We also have gift cards. Gift cards are a great one because there's gift cards is kind of commodity product. There's so many companies that provide gift cards that they're all compete for like a little bit better reward. And so having you transfer your UPT into a gift card, we can actually get a little bit of revenue out of that, like just a few percent. But every few percent we use buy back UPT. So if you, instead of like just cashing out completely, why don't you might as well cash it out here for a Taobao or Alibaba gift card or Amazon gift card or whatever. There's thousands.
Or even, as I said, airtime minutes on Airtel or MTN or something like that, which functions in much the same way in that scenario. We'd probably use one of those same brokers to actually do those deals. So we've talked to a number of companies.
Yeah, there's that. They call it. It's called airtime minute APIs. It's literally the APIs for gift cards too, and so that's kind of on our plate first. Is like, let's make sure people are happy with the earnings. They're earning right. They know how to do that, and then make sure that they know exactly when they can draw. And then next step is like, hey, instead of just withdrawing, first you should stake it because we reward long-term holders here. And so you can earn a really good yield on your earnings every 1 month, 6 months, or the 1 year is the best. And so we encourage that the most. The UI already emphasizes that in our progress bar. First thing you can do, progress bar is staking. Then second is withdrawal. And then when you do withdraw, we want to give you more options to get more out of it. And also, we want to show that, hey, if you just want to withdraw and cash out, that's great. It does hurt the token a little bit because there's selling pressure. If you want to cash out and spend on a gift card, we actually make some money back on that, and we're going to use it to buy back UPT. So this is like a better option for you, the community, and everybody involved that holds UPT. So that's what we're gonna do first. Yeah, before adding like payment processors and stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Just to give you, as he was talking about that, just to give you an idea, just as this is what he's talking about. You can different ways you can stake. Let me show this on light mode. It's actually one of the rare cases where I think light mode looks better. But yes, different ways you can stake, things like that. And actually, while we're on the topic of this, we had a question here of can we add live stream in the app? Right now, what we do is we sat out a tweet and stuff like that. But this is actually precisely one great reason why we have the new Rocket Notes section. So what this is where we'll have great communications with you. Like, for example, when we have Gambia Week or our Country of the Week, we highlight it here. This is where you'll be able to find all the updates from us, including weekly live streams. We'll have the little live stream to here up at the very top. It's just a matter of getting that built in, but that is the design. That is the reason for Rocket Notes. Eventually, what Rocket Notes will evolve to is currently it's like one way, like here's messages for you. Then it becomes a two-way thing. So we will have our Rocket AI, so you can actually talk to Rocket. Internally in our internal Slacks and internal comms, we do have a Rocket AI that we use to help us with tasks and to talk with, but that will be built out more. So then you can actually talk to Rocket yourself too. And that will all live here. So You will find your live stream stuff here, but you'll find a whole bunch more. Like here are new offers that look really good for you. Here are some surveys that I think you should try, stuff like that. So that's where you'll go.
One of the things we want to do with the Rocket Chat too is like, if you guys heard of the idea of like crypto raids, they kind of do work. As a community, we could totally just say, hey, we want to trend #1 on this DEX or this trading platform. And a lot of times it makes a big impact to say, just for the 24 hours, having a few thousand of our community just go to like Bird Eye or one of the sites and enter UpRock and just enter UpRock and load the page. When you do something like that, it becomes a trend. That token becomes a trending token on that platform, and we have the sheer numbers to make that happen. And so we just need the distribution channel to be, and also the logistics on our end for our marketing Siraj to just be able to craft these messages, craft the call to action, deliver it to all the devices. You guys should be able to see it really easily. Maybe get a little UPT reward for it, like the first 100 who actually presses the button gets some UPT. But everyone who participates helps the community overall. So I think that's where we can really make badges also, tie into like kind of like global challenges that the community can work on together to help token up. Yeah.
And we have a question here. So unsatisfied legend. Oh, so you're unsatisfied? But points are not reflecting on Candy Crush. This is the right place to ask. Actually, what we recommend you do is contact the provider first. So you'll find it here. Let me just do I'll just do this live. Like you would go to games, and then if you did I don't know if you did My Chips, but they'll have the support here, so you can go to the game that you started and go to get support, and then open a ticket with them. If you don't hear from them within 72 hours, let us know, and we'll try too. But also check the fine print, because sometimes, often enough, actually, these things are only for new users. So with a game like Candy Crush, there's a good chance you already played it and you already had that association with your Google Play or your Apple App Store, so you wouldn't get it. I would imagine that you may have played Candy Crush before, and it's probably for only new users, the deal. So check that out. That's usually in the fine print here, or not the fine print, but in the about the game part. Yeah. Sometimes they don't care. Sometimes they do.
The big ones. Some really popular games might not care. It's hard, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I may have found a workaround with that on my Galaxy, where if I had already played the game on Google Play, but then I downloaded from the Galaxy, that I count as a new user. I don't know for sure if that's true, though. I was just toying around with that yesterday. That might work, but I don't know. Anyway, it's probably just likely that you've already been counted as a existing user. But just give them a shot. Give them a shout. If you don't hear from them, let us know.
The best way to test it is there's always a reward initially for the install. And so if you want to make sure it's going to work for the rest, a lot of times just try to install first, wait a few seconds, come back, turn on install the game, make sure it loads.
Give it like actually a minute or two.
Yeah, give it a minute. Seconds, but. Yeah. But actually install the game, load it first level, proper load, and then go back to UpRock, refresh, and see if the initial little reward for installing works. If that works, then chances are everything else is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to just kind of quickly test.
Yeah, that's how I like to do it too. Usually, if they have an install, then I'll check that first. We also have had some reports. Now that said, let me just bring this back up. We also have had some reports that they're, because I have experiences too, where my rewards are not being returned back to me.
Yeah.
And I know for sure I never played the game before. So actually, yeah, that's it. Reach out to them. Also reach out to us with your device, the game, and your device, your account ID, so we can keep it on a list. Because if there's some sort of relation, because there are a handful of issues, there are a handful of reports about that too, some of which I've experienced. So maybe yours is related to that. I think it's probably more likely it's because you've already played the game and they have some sort of rule stipulation about that for new users only. But either way, reach out to them, reach out to us, so we can keep a list.
Sounds good.
Let's see. Klaus asked about, we were planning on adding a UPT price chart in the app. Has the team thought about that? Yes, we have. Yes. And I've also done some mock-ups for this. It's just that there's other things that we were, we're focusing on first to mostly primarily about bringing in one, revenue through Prism and Crawler, and two, helping people boost their earn rate, things that will help boost earn rate, improve the earning experience. So while that is on the list, it's a
open ticket in Jira.
Yeah, it's an open ticket in Jira. Yeah. But we've had some mock-ups. It's just I haven't had the time to put everything in. Let's see. Drew wants to know if there was a video of Jen saying secret. Drew. No, because I threatened their lives. Remember, I said that if they did it,
why do you think we had to go to Iceland? We were playing around with this idea. We had to flee to Iceland.
They didn't even want to talk about the stop button. They're like, we'll just leave that to Jen and Reka. They were just like, let's hide. Okay. Last on UpRock before we have one question on Prism. Spaceman asked us both on. He asked us on Discord, but here, perfect. It's on in the chat. Can we fix referrals on seekers? Users who click the referral link on a seeker are not having it counted. I know there's an open issue on here. I see it in Jira about this that Reka is on. And she was waiting to get her device, and now that she has it, and I have mine too. I will follow up with her, and we'll work on. We'll
so the short version is I certainly think we can, and the slightly longer version is coming soon, TBD. Obviously, so like it should be clear. Obviously, this is not by design. We haven't quite identified exactly why this issue is happening. I have a supposition that has to do with some of the App Store stuff. But anyway, it's under investigation, and obviously it's a high priority.
Our Romanian rock star has a seeker now. That's the key. The Romanian rock star Rika has a seeker, and she will figure it out.
Yeah.
She will seek this bug out. But I think that what Spaceman also mentioned is that they get redirected to the Play Store instead of the App Store.
Right.
Yeah.
And they follow the link. So
that's the issue with a lot of stuff when the two stars conflict. That's the issue with the play. That was actually why we had to
out of the box, or is it? Well, like when you're on a Android and you have like multiple, like let's say gallery apps, and it asks you which one you want to choose, just once or always. Is this App Store choice out of the box, or is it something that you have to choose and you have to change your default app, or do you have to just
system level? It's an Android operating system thing, because it's not like the Secret App Store is brand new. It's a third party, right? So we know this from experience. It's hard to build all the features an App Store needs. So if you have a deep link, like our instant login links, for example, the instant login link works that redirects to the Play Store. They don't have a deep link API or something like that in this. It's on the App Store yet. So right, something kind of.
I mean, there are ways because the platform supports it, but this is the challenge of supporting two stores on the same platform. Is there are all of these weird edge cases about how does deep linking work, how does referral tracking work, and where do the links actually go, and what is the intent handler, like when the link is actually launched, what does the device do with it before we find out about it? So. In a nutshell, it's probably related precisely to that, probably like intent handling, how the links are handled. Maybe we'll see. But definitely open ticket.
Could users just? I don't actually have my seeker in front of me, so I don't know. But could users just simply go into their default app list and then uncheck Play as a default App Store app?
I mean, they could, but that's a big ask for them because there's going to be stuff that's not in the App Store, and We'll find a way of making this work properly.
No, I mean, like you'll uncheck it, right? Like if you never checked which is your default gallery or photo app, then every time you try to open a photo file, that little bottom sheet pops up and says which app do you want to open this in.
Yeah, still that's too complicated to even explain.
We don't have this issue with let's see, my Galaxy has the Samsung App Store. And the Google Play Store.
That's because the Samsung App Store doesn't try to handle Play Store links. I feel like this is the App Store in part. I'm not casting blame here because I don't even know fully what the issue is yet. But it may be like just trying to be a little bit too smart not too smart, but it's doing things in its own way. And anyway, we'll figure it out. So the short answer is yes. Ticket open, in progress.
The key is having Rika have an actual device, and she is a truffle pig with the bugs. If you guys, I don't know if you guys, one day we should do a screenshot. In our Jira, there's like 100 bug tickets, all issued by Rika on herself. Issued by Rika, assigned by Rika, assigned to Rika. So she finds them and squashes them, guys. Like, that's why we call her the rock star. So
yes,
she'll seek this out.
Okay. Oh, and Satisfied Legend has a follow-up. Yeah, these games have too many adverts in the actual game. Is it something you, the UpRock team, can work on from your end, or is it it's their decision? But we can always look for, if there's like games that you think are just too much. I mean,
tell us about them. We have.
You don't want these games, specific games. So
we have already nixed a number of app offers that we thought were shitty or that we got complaints about and stuff like that. So the answer is obviously mobile games tend to be ad supported. So, but we're not providing those ads and we're not making the games. Right, the games are all from the independent developers, and that's how that works. But and we've also nixed some offers. Some people may recall there was a NordVPN offer that just failed to track a lot of things, and in that case we went in, we investigated everything, we made sure manually posted all those rewards, but we ultimately kicked that provider to the curb because they just weren't owning the fact that we told them when our users do something that they're going to get rewarded for, they expect to get the reward. And if that provider, if that app or that game isn't reliably sending us that data, then that's not something we want to leave out there, because we do want to make sure you get rewarded. We have in many instances provided rewards, manually after the fact when we find out that they're not sending the data reliably. So when we find out about that, we kick those offers out of our program because we don't want that. So if you play something that's just not good or anything, give us feedback. Tell us, hey, this wasn't good, this wasn't cool, or whatever. We do play many of them ourselves, but also, some of them are regional. We may never have seen that specific. Nobody on the team may have tried that specific offer already. So if you get an offer that isn't great, then tell us about it.
Yeah,
there is one partner we found that they just focus on games. If you guys notice, sometimes the games kind of have a mix of some kind of other app that's not game related at all, or not a game basically. But there's
that's actually kind of often now. I've noticed.
But there's one company, one partner we're talking with, and maybe can't set up. It's just we want to add a few partners because it also helps increase it.
There's just more is more for more regions.
Yeah, that's really good. These guys just do games only. And they just work with all the best games. So I think there might be a pretty good, like a third provider to start with. Yeah.
Good. Because like the one that is in my area or in my geo, it's lately it's just been a lot of like download Uber Eats or download another app that is play games to earn rewards. It's just like I want to actually play a game, and so I noticed the list hasn't been very. It goes off and on. However, I bet Unsatisfied Legend, I bet that in Discord, you can find people who are talking about which games are great to do, great to play. I will tell you, I loved Domino Dreams. I saw that on the Android. I didn't see it on the iOS. I saw it on Android. I downloaded it. I've been playing it a lot. I actually spent money on it. And then I realized I must have already had this on my phone because I wasn't getting rewarded for anything. This is the most money I've ever used on a game. I feel so embarrassed saying this. This is the most I've ever spent on a game. Anyway, it would have been wonderful for UpRock. It would have been wonderful for our tokenomics, because the revenue goes back to buyback and burn all that shit. But anyway, I realized a little too late. However, it may not be too late for you. Go check out Domino Dreams. Doesn't have any ads. You don't have to pay for it. I just get impatient, but you can they re-up your coins that you can spend for every game every hour. But go check that one out. I didn't see any ads in that one. Also, Ludus Merge Arena I had seen before. That was another one that I had already tested and installed, so I didn't get rewards for it. That one was great. It also has no ads. So yeah. Anyway, just check out Discord because I bet there's a lot of people in there who are talking about which ones are really fun to play. And even if they have ads, they're minimal ads, like some of them, like you said, are just too much, but there's some great ones in there.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Speaking of offers, Spaceman also says he really wants to see that beautiful receipt offer. We do too.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I dragged Jesse, Rika, and Onar into a chat specifically about that within the last week. I think it was like last Friday, maybe, or over the weekend. I really want to see magic receipts out too. So no specific timeline on that yet. Obviously, that's been an open issue, but it's I personally have been pushing on that to try to get that onto the actual backlog within the next couple of cycles. So I no specific timeline on that yet, but with Black Friday right around the corner, which is going to be, the whole holiday season is coming up really soon. Spaceman, that's going to be the big question we have to ask. We know that with the holiday shopping season coming up, there are going to be extremely lucrative offers, extremely generous offers for magic receipts in the US. And that revenue helps everybody in the community. So even though we were kind of looking and trying to get a magic receipt provider where we could do more geos, that might be something that we would launch, even though it's US specific, just because that brings in so much revenue for the whole community. And that goes to buyback for everyone, not just people in the US, that we would do it anyway. And so coming up in about 6 weeks here is when the real peak of the shopping season starts. And if we can get that out by then, I expect that there are going to be really lucrative offers for that from mid-November through the end of the year. So we really want to make sure we capture that if we can.
Yep.
Great. Yep. And then Klaus, as
I'm just this one I'm writing down right now as I just saw that. So we do have we are going to add where you can have a kind of a 48-hour leeway period, right, for the referrals that didn't go through, or we have agreed to that. But I think referrals are awesome, and if they don't work well, that's not good. It's like a really organic way to grow the network. So I think we should prioritize this one if a lot of people are having issues, right, lately. So maybe, maybe it is as simple as you get a custom code and your friends enter it, and it didn't just work.
We already have that mocked up. That's all it's done.
I'm saying we just got to actually prioritize it and say maybe
Yeah, well, I think now that we have Rocket Booster, we have we at least have an MVP of Rocket Booster, and you're earning, you got all that stuff that's out. There's a couple of other things that we want to work on. So there's the survey, the welcome survey, and that needs its own API because we're asking you qualifying questions to pre-qualify you for surveys, and then 2 referrals. However, if I have to choose between the 2, I would do the referral first. So we already have it all mocked up. It's all ready. We just need the API, so you can enter in your friend can enter in your referral code. They'll have 48 hours after they create their account and do that. But then there's also needs to be an update to the interface because the current interface. Actually, let me show you again. Let me share my screen again.
And by the way, reason why we Rocket Booster versus referral, adding kind of leeway on a 40-hour window period. Here, our thought process was this: if more people are frustrated with the earn rate, and that's our top question. So if you install the UpRock for the first time and you have it for a few weeks and you're just wondering why its earn rate is never going anywhere, etc., and you're just so frustrated with it, you're not going to be happy. You're going to uninstall it anyway, and then you're not going to even want to care to refer it to your friends and family. And so we're okay, we really need to fix the earn rate, make it a positive experience for new people in the beginning. And then we'll see more people want to actually refer their friends and family. And obviously, people who've been with us for a long time, like Klaus, you guys, we can also punish you because you actually believe in UpRock in the project, and you are still continuing to share with your friends and family. So we do need to get that fixed, and that made that for such a frustrating experience for you. So it is, and should be working in the vast majority of cases. But it does.
It sounds like there's obviously. You've managed to hit a bug, so that's not going to be ignored.
We always see referrals every day. It's working, but folks like you that been with us for a while, when you say something, we do pay attention to it. So we're gonna
I think that also is that the interface needs the update as well. I mean, I have no referrals and stuff because I did not invite anybody, but if I did, like for example, active referrals, that's not something that we really need to show anymore. The total kickback earned, that's something, because you get, and see, like even so we have the 10x kickback for the first week, then we have the 1 week indefinitely, but we don't need to show. Yeah, so this is like, some of this is old anyway, that needs to be updated. So it might also be just how we're displaying it. It's not showing what you got, because I see the transactions. I see referral kickback transactions. There's a ton of them. So yeah, I think it's just how we're displaying it.
That's a good point too. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, did we just give you while you guys talk, I'm gonna try to find the how it would look anyway if we had an update to it. This is
yeah. Well, we just mentioned this, so we have a couple of game partners that focus just on games. So the short answer is yes, because we have 2 so far. Now that we have, a big part of it is like we didn't want to add too many new partners because the Rocket Booster impacted every single screen in the app, and so we wanted to make sure just the overall design architecture of the app and where all the pages go, all the layout is done first, and that's what we've been spending the past few months on. I think we'll need a few more weeks to just really finish it up, and then once that's done, it's just plug and play new offer partners, because we know exactly where they go. The layout won't change as much, and we can start showing you increasing inventory each place. So games, surveys, even surveys too. People are not seeing any in some countries, and we already have a couple partners there. But we need to get the layout done, make sure the first partner of surveys is looking good. Rocket Chat, Rocket Knows, settings, all those pages are impacted by this huge change. Once that's done in the next few weeks, like I said, then it's plug and play with new partners. We can just continue to add new inventory, swap people out who aren't good, add more who are good, etc.
Just to go back to the referral page, yes, this is what we have designed. We're just got to get to the API next. You could just add that. And then I think it's more interesting to see who's your total referrals, and total referrals being people who actually signed up, not just, people that you invited. And then your earnings to date with that. However, I'm seeing here, actually, I'm sorry, as I was preparing this, I don't know if you guys answered this for Klaus, but the issue is that he has invited those people, and he has not received the active boost. So like in Rocket Booster did not get that boost. Did they sign up, Klaus, or did you just invite them? That's also another question too that might affect this, because they need to sign up too.
Yeah, they need to sign up and actually earn their first UPT.
The referrals show up in his account, so they did sign up.
Okay, so
dude, you're popular.
Nice work, sir. Nice work, by the way.
34 friends who will actually sign up.
That's pretty awesome, sir. So Tufan, if you're on the stream, otherwise I'll let you know on Slack. Let's just double check the Rocket Booster API for surveys. I'm sorry, for referrals. Let's just make sure that's working there, because it's all just rolling out. So, but it is in the API. It's supposed to support all the ways to earn. So referral program is part of Booster. We'll just double check that for you.
I know it's working in at least one flow because we tested it, but obviously you managed some way or another it's not working for you. So we will take that out.
Okay, cool.
All right. And what else?
Looks
I think we're about at the end of our questions.
Jen froze. Let's see if at least she froze on a nice face. No lazy eye or anything. That's good. Yeah, she might have to just, let me private chat her and tell her to just restart her not laptop, but don't sign out of the stream because she probably started it. Right?
Yeah. Anyway, to very briefly answer one more question about any news. This was specifically a Prism question about logins, where you log in and then it bounces you back around again. I don't think that's quite shipped yet, but I saw actually this afternoon somebody was testing on that, because I saw like 800 login emails go by to test the exact login flow on that. So yeah, that'll be there's some more login updates for Prism coming. They might actually be out already. To be honest, I didn't actually see whether that got released today or not. As you guys know, Thursday is usually our release day. But if they weren't released today, we also release other days of the week, especially when we have little fixes like that. So that'll be going out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm just pinging Jen, so I think we're wrapping up here. I'll give her a few minutes to see if she can figure out what happened. If not, let me just. If not, we'll just have to sadly. I think she has to.
Jen's like I've been here for 2 hours and I wanted coffee 2 minutes before we started. So bye.
Okay, I think it's just her whole computer froze up. Okay, all right. Well, then we'll have to just close up ourselves, Chris, without the lovely Jen.
Oh, there it is. Without the lovely Jen. Now the people are going to feel extra gypped.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if it's okay. Well, let's wrap up. So
let's call it.
Yeah, let's call it. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks everybody. This was always. Another great one. I think the mentioning the K-pop Justin Bieber live stream, Taylor Swift brought up to over 15,000. That's pretty rocking.
Solid.
So we're already rocking for UpTober. Up and up. And we appreciate you all. We'll see you next live stream where we're gonna have even more on the crawler, more rocket booster, and I probably introduce another contest around Uptime Prism with the G2.com, bringing more reviews, more trust signals to Prism itself, so we can bring more revenue to the community itself. So, yeah. All right.
And as always, thank you for spending your Thursday with us. We really appreciate it. And have a great weekend. And, let's go, everybody.
All right. Yep. See everyone. Bye.